Good evening, all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Leaders may kindly mark attendance. If portal is accessible, then mark there and also prepare a separate list for those who are attendees. Yesterday, we had discussed regarding Citizenship Amendment Acts, and for that, we had discussed some events chronologically where we had started since 1950 to 2019, and then I had elaborated each years one by one, and also I had given tasks to all of you to go through all those aspects and events and try to understand what exactly Citizenship Amendment Acts is there and how many changes modification took places, so that it may be easy for you to formulate any content in your draftings. So since yesterday we had discussed list of dates, so today we will be discussing synopsis. And if we talk about the petition, initially we had to mention synopsis, but to know what exactly will be there in synopsis, we must have knowledge about the content, about the matter. And that's the reason I had discussed list of dates event wise, and then we will be moving towards synopsis. All of you must have notebook and pen to note down whatever I'm going to tell you right now about synopsis and how you have to write it, because tomorrow I want all of you to provide uh, synopsis along with list of dates. Yes, Rishita.
Sir, when will you share the format?
Definitely after this class I will be sharing so that you can prepare synopsis along with list of dates. For the list of days, I had informed all of you to prepare in such a way that provide table, two side table. Left side should be dates, that is year wise, and right side should be events, summary of events, and title
Okay,
would
sir.
be list of date. But before that, there will be synopsis. So let me tell you how you can prepare synopsis. Any synopsis, if you prepare, since we are talking about Citizenship Amendment Act, so how we will start it? We will have to start with the heading synopsis in the middle, and then we'll start. So we'll start with synopsis. Interns are joining late. Just wait for a second. Abhinath, yes. to revise yesterday class. Again, yesterday we had discussed what PIL exactly is, and then we had discussed that we are opting matter. Okay. Yesterday I was about to conduct two different classes, but due to having some other work, I was not able to conduct second class. So let me revise. So it's better to let me ask all of you whatever we have discussed yesterday. We'll start with uh, Pranita. Were you there yesterday?
Good evening, sir. But yesterday I'm not able to join
Yes, absent.
because I'm travel from Delhi to Kolkata for the Vati exam. That's why I'm not able to join the yesterday. But I'm so sorry for that.
Malka, Malka,
Yes, sir.
were you present yesterday class?
Yes, sir. I was there, but I missed a few minutes of.
Mm-hmm. Ritika?
But I can explain all the dates.
ओके। तो चले आप मुझे बताएं कि कल हमने क्या पढ़ा था मलका। मलका, एम आई ऑडिबल टू यू?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me a few minutes.
Those who were not present yesterday, please listen to her, then we'll move further for the synopsis. Till Malka gets ready herself, I'm going to mention that whatever we have taught yesterday was regarding PIL filing. ड्राफ्टिंग क्लास में किसी भी एक टॉपिक को लेकर फिर उस पर ड्राफ्ट करने के लिए हमें मैटर्स का पता होना चाहिए। हमें किस मैटर पे ड्राफ्टिंग करनी है, उस पे एक्सटेंसिव रिसर्च होनी चाहिए। तभी हम कम शब्दों में समराइज कर पाएंगे और उसको बहुत अच्छे से क्वालिटी कंटेंट हम बना पाएंगे। इसी के रिगार्डिंग आई हैड इंट्रोड्यूस्ड PIL, इट्स इंट्रोडक्शन। PIL क्यों फाइल किया जाता है, इसकी क्या वजह है, और फिर हमने डिस्कस किया कि हम एक टॉपिक लेते हैं सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट एक्ट, जिसका PIL ऑलरेडी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में पेंडिंग है और इसकी स्टडी भी इंटर्न्स करते हैं। तो हमने एक टॉपिक लिया और इस पे हमने डिस्कस किया ये कब शुरू हुआ, कैसे शुरू हुआ। यस मलका, आर यू रेडी?
Yes, sir.
ओके, टेल मी।
So we begin with 1950, when constitution was adopted, citizenship was added, and to adapt general and neutral process for citizenship. But few people were opposing this idea. They were saying that the criteria should be religious based, but that idea was rejected in 1950 itself. Then we discussed 1955 Citizenship Act was enacted in this year, and 1987 the power was there under statutory provision. Any existing member of India prior to Citizenship Amendment Act, any person born in India till 1987 is an Indian citizen. Hence, till 1987, India followed the citizenship by birth. Criteria was this, and but criteria after 1987 to 2003 was narrowed down, because nobody would be considered as Indian citizen, even if the child is born in India after 1987. The only provision was a person can be considered as Indian citizen by qualifying the criteria on the ground that if any person belong to India by origin or residing in India, or any person who is father, whose father and mother is an Indian. So there were the criteria, but by birth, they will not be considered as citizen till 2004. Since government had to define since government had defined who is legal and illegal migrant. In 2004, Citizenship Act was amended by introducing illegal migrant word, and defined that someone who enters and stay in India without legal
बनवाएंगे ये
authorization.
मशीन में फीमेल हो जाएंगे, मेरे को करनी पड़ेगी। अब दीदी कहाँ है? सो ही दीदी है। अब इसमें सोने का टाइम नहीं है।
Yes, Malka.
Sir, someone mic is on, I guess so.
I have removed.
Yes, sir. In 2004, Act was amended by introducing illegal migrant word, and defined that someone who enters and stay in India without legal authorization will be known as illegal migrant. Mostly, this word illegal migrant was defined to keep Bangladeshi migrant away who are living in northeast area, and they used to participate in election. And considered themselves as Indian citizen. After the amendment, any child born in 2000 or afterward, even one parent who is illegal migrant would be disqualified from the citizenship by birth. So if any Bangladeshi come to India and marry any lady, still the child would be considered as illegal migrant, and the person too who has migrated to India. In 2015, the government defined who are actually illegal migrant, which country people would be considered as illegal migrant and who are exempted. So government passed an executive order providing exemption to illegal migrant. uh, Sorry, exemptions were granted to Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, Jain, Parsi, and Christian to minority community. Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. Home Ministry issued a directive again, and provided a separate provision for the process of making legal to the non-Muslim from these three countries, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. That's how they can get citizenship. And these were based on religious ground, as Article 15 talks about no law can be passed on the basis of religion. Then government itself define these three religious person for the citizenship, uh, and exclude
Not
on
three
the religion.
religion, but three
Yes, sir.
countries. Not three religion.
Uh,
Those are the minorities in
three
three
countries.
countries.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Government itself on the so that's how Citizenship Amendment Act was passed in 2019 by both houses and notified by the president, which removes the disqualification based on the illegal migrant for minority community, specifically Hindus, Buddhists, Sikhs, Parsi, and Christian from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. It means that three country people will not be considered as illegal migrant, and thus allow them to apply for citizenship. And also short the period of acquiring citizenship. Earlier it was 11 years, and now it is 5 years. Any migrant reside in India for 5 years would be considered as Indian citizen, but not for others. They need to reside for 11 years to apply for it. So that's it.
Yes, Malka, very good. Uh, Whatever we had taught yesterday, you had elaborated everything. So whoever is having issue in regard to that, I'm going to upload yesterday class video so that you can go through the video and listen to all those facts and you can note down. So let's start with synopsis. How you can start with synopsis? Is it visible to all of you? Microscope.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we will start with synopsis first of all. In the middle, we have to type synopsis. Okay. And then below we'll start with, you can note down, it's better than I type. Note down whenever you file any writ or any petition before High Court or Supreme Court, whether it is related to PIL or any other petition under Article 32. So we'll start with the introduction of those who are filing that petition. Means those person who is filing, who is the main author, who is the main person, uh, whether we can say the complainant or whether we can say the social activist or whoever is showing concern and filing PIL on behalf of the large number of public, their introduction is necessary. In the synopsis, we have to mention petitioner full details. Means those who are filing is the petitioner. It's not about advocate. It's about the common person, whether the person belongs to any organization, any political party, any NGO, or representing independently at for the large number of public. Their name, their details will be mentioned. So we have to tell the court that, you can note down now. The petitioner is a public interest litigant. The petitioner is a public interest litigant. That the petitioner is a, now you can mention the position of that petitioner, whether the petitioner is the secretary or the president or the general public or belongs to any organization or any political party. For example, as you have started writing that the petitioner is a public interest litigant, that the petitioner is a president of any organization, you can mention. Then you can write that the petitioner is apprehensive that CAA process will exclude millions of poor vulnerable people from Indian citizenship. Okay, so how you have to write? Firstly, start with the petitioner is a public interest litigant, that the petitioner is a president of so and so organization, that the petitioner is apprehensive that CAA process will exclude millions of poor, vulnerable public people from Indian citizenship, particularly the post partition refugees, minorities, and undocumented migrants, rendering them stateless. So, this is a way you can show that the petitioner can show the concern and tell the court that this CAA will exclude millions of people, those who are undocumented, those who are minorities, those who are refugees. And also you can mention that the petitioner is involved in various public or social works, so that you can see what happens. Generally most of the people uh, before the court, they try to become hero, or they just want social attention, so they file number of PIL on various issues. So most of the time the PIL is baseless, and and also and also what happens, there are some people still residing, they generally find some issues and file PIL. Their only motto is to get media attention, their only motto is to get public attention, political party attention. So most of the time Supreme Court has expressed its anger, and also imposed uh, lakhs of fine rupees to those petitioners. So that is why it is very necessary to define the motive behind filing PIL, and also mention that the petitioner is already involved in public welfare activities, so that it could be clear there's there's no such motive behind, there's no such motive that to get attention from public, from any other political party or media attention. And the motive is very clear and for the protection of the interest of the people. So that is why it is necessary to mention and elaborate about petitioner. So you can mention that a petitioner is involved in various public social works and is also a president, secretary, or member of any youth organization or any women organization or any other kind of organization. That's what you can mention. And you can also say that the petitioner is a public interest litigant, is filing the present writ petition against respondent seeking relief of declaration that the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 and other executive orders are against the Constitution and are void. Okay, so here we are mentioning that we are filing this writ petition against respondent, and what we are seeking relief of declaration that the CAA 2019 and other executive orders are against the Constitution and are void. That's what we are expressing through this writ petition. Next, we can mention that the petitioner is seeking enforcement of fundamental right under Article 14. Now, if you go through the content of the CAA, you find that the various articles are there in Constitution against which the directives are passed, the laws are passed, the modifications are done, and through all those activities, various kinds of articles are there in Constitution, which there's clear violation of those articles. So if you find those article could be mentioned in the petition, and we could tell the court that these articles are there, and CA is there, so there's a violation of these articles by the CAA modifications. Now you can mention that these modifications are contrary to these articles, and also these directives are contrary to these sections or whatever, if you could mention. So whatever I have found, that section 14 is there, sorry, article 14 talks about talks about equality. So since in India we talk about equality, everyone is equal, so why there is a law which is against specifically for one of the minority community? Why is it, why there is a law which is on the basis of uh, why there is such law on the basis of religion, as article 15 is there and it is contrary to article 15? And also, if you go through Citizenship Amendment Act 1955, there is a validity of section 14 clause 4. So let me show you, if I can able to show you Citizenship Amendment Act. So till then it is being loaded. So I was talking about that the petitioner is seeking enforcement of fundamental rights under Article 14 and Article 21 and seeks to assess the following. So, what other issues are there? We can mention that the first, validity of Section 14, Clause 4 of Citizenship Amendment Act 1955. Secondly, validity of Section 18, Clause 3 of Citizenship Amendment Act 1955. Thirdly, there are the various notifications passed by Ministry of Home Affairs. So those directives are contrary to the Constitution, contrary to the Citizenship Act 1955. So you can let me present Citizenship Amendment Act. Is this visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you can note down. Let me revise it again. So whatever you have written is the petitioner is a public interest litigant, that the petitioner is a president of so and so organization, and the petitioner is apprehensive that the CAA process will exclude millions of poor, vulnerable people from Indian citizenship, particularly post partition refugees, minorities, and undocumented migrants, rendering them stateless. The petitioner is involved in various public social works and is also the president of youth organization and whatever you can mention, and you can say which undertakes socially relevant and welfare activities in India. Now we'll moving further. The petitioner, a public interest litigant, is filing the present writ petition against the respondent seeking relief of declaration that the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 and the other executive orders uh, are against the Constitution and are void. Next, the petitioner is seeking enforcement of fundamental rights under Article 14 and 21 and seeks to assess the following. First, validity of Section 14A of Citizenship Act 1955. So here there is a Section 14A which talks about issue of national identity card. The central government may compulsorily register every citizen of India and issue national identity to the card to him. Clause 2 talks about the central government may maintain a national register of Indian citizens and for that purpose establish a NRA, National Registration Authority. On and from the date of enforcement of the Citizenship Amendment Act 2003, there is Registrar General India appointed under subsection 1 of section 3 of the Registration of Births and Deaths Act 1969 shall act as the National Registration Authority, and he shall function as Registrar General of Citizen Registration. Fourth, subsection 4 talks about the central government may appoint such other officers and staff as may be required to assist the Registrar General of Citizen Registration in discharging his function and responsibility. So why I'm mentioning this is because there's a clearly mentioned how we have to record the citizen's identity, how we have to issue the identity card, how we have to maintain registration, who will be the competent authority. Now we have to mention heading: challenge to section 14A of the Citizenship Act 1955. Please note down: challenge to sections 14A of the Citizenship Act 1955. Now we can say Section 14A offers a fast track path to Indian citizenship for undocumented migrants belonging to Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, Christian community who entered India from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan, or or on before December 31st, 2015. These individuals facing potential religious persecution in their home countries are exempted from the standard 11 years residency requirement for citizenship by registration under Citizenship Act 1955. Inserting such law violates the following articles of the questions. So here 14A talks about to issue national identity card, also talks about to prepare a record agency or authority, also to maintain registration of birth and deaths. So we have to challenge its validity as this was modified. Now, if this is modified and provided that those who doesn't have any document, who are those? Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, Christian communities. And if they are from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan before 31st December 2014, even if they don't have document, they can be granted their citizenship, and also they are exempted to for 11-year residency. So now these kind of law violates, you can mention next heading: violation of article 14, which talks about equality before law. And then you can explain the classification based solely on religion is deemed arbitrary and unreasonable. Minorities facing persecution in neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Myanmar are excluded. Even even Hindus belong to Sri Lanka, even Hindus belong to Myanmar, they are excluded. Whether Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, Christians, whoever belongs to Sri Lanka, whoever belongs to Myanmar, they are excluded. Only three countries were considered, and their minorities were accepted as a legal migrant. So it's not only about on the basis of religion, on the basis of countries too. So the question arises: those who belongs to Myanmar, those who belongs to Sri Lanka, are they not persecuted? Whether in fact they are also in minorities there in these countries, but still they are excluded. So why is there such discrimination? So there is a clear violation of Article 14. You can mention that the undermining principle of equal
Voice
treatment.
is not
Is,
clear.
yes.
Your voice is not clear, sir.
Any other intern who is facing same issue?
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Next, violation of Article 15. So if you go through the Constitution of India, which talks about prohibition of discrimination based on religion. Now, if you go through Citizenship and Modifications Act, modified acts, you find that by prioritizing specific religious communities for citizenship, Section 14A blatantly discriminate against orders, contradicting Article 15 guarantees of non-discriminations on on the basis of religion. So here, if you are modifying any law, there shouldn't be discrimination on the basis of religion. It is not only about persecution, it is not only about those who are in minority in any countries. Somehow they are persecuted, somehow they are deprived, somehow their rights are abolished. So we cannot say that even those any minority community residing in any country in the world, they are happy, or they are given authority, dominance authority over the majority. That's not like that. Wherever you reside, it's not only about religion, it's all about everyone wants their power by any means. So whoever in the majority, on the basis of caste, religion, or gender, or financially, if we talk about, so if there is a majority, definitely minorities are suppressed wherever. So it's not only the criteria for religion, there is a general criteria. So if you are modifying any such law, must consider these articles, right? So article 15 is there. It is a clear violation of article 15. Third, if we talk about secularism, so what about this secularism? Indian preamble talks about secularism. So here, by modifying such laws, you are undermining the secularism. So you can mention and explain it as well by providing its heading. First heading under the synopsis is challenge to section 14A of the Citizenship Act 1955. There you can mention violation of article 14, equality before law. You can explain it. Then mention violation of article 15, prohibition of discrimination based on religion. You can explain it. Then you can mention undermining secularism. You can explain it. You can explain like India's secular character is compromised by prioritizing certain religions in Indian citizenship. So that's how you can mention that this fosters a dangerous precedent, potentially creating religious divisions within the nation and eroding its commitment to religious neutrality. So whenever you decide any law, you pass any bill on the basis of color, on the basis of religion, on the basis of financial status, you somehow create division among others, those who are not the part of the favorable bill. So there's a undermining secularism, and that's how you can also mention various factors. And also, when it when in 2014, sorry, in 2004, when illegal migrant was defined and inserted in the Citizenship Act, thereafter in 2015, the Ministry of Home Affairs, through its executive orders, tried to give reply to the people, those who are confused that who are illegal migrant. So they mentioned there's these six communities, these six people from these religion, from these countries will be considered as legal migrant. Rest will be considered as illegal migrant. So again there was a question, why these six, why from these countries? So government had replied because they are persecuted. Now if you catch this word, there's nowhere defined what is persecution. So it's not, persecution is not only about religion or religion based. Persecution could be based on anything, on the basis of financial condition. Persecution could be on the basis of language. Persecution could be on the basis of uh, nation, geographical location, anything. So government did not define what is the base of persecution. So here you can mention, since there is no definition of persecution and there is no mechanism to provide the exact definition in this CAA, what exactly persecution, whether it is based on religion or any other. because there are some countries where there is no such persecution on the basis of religion, but on the basis of the financial status. So that's how you can mention these things. And then you can mention that citizenship amendment act was citizenship act was passed in 1955, and that's how it was, the authority was given in the constitution. And then whenever any modification took place, all those modification clearly violates the articles, and that's how you can elaborate everything about it. So that's your part now, to elaborate at least 5 to 6 pages. And you can also mention about challenge to section 18 clause 3 of the citizenship act 1955. So let me go through section 18 clause 3. Power to make rules. So here power was given to the registrar. So clause 3 talks about in making any rule under this section, central government may provide that breach of thereof shall be punishable with fine which may be extended to 1000 rupees. So that's what I was talking about. This was the power. Power was given to whom? If you go through section 18, central government may by notification in the official gazette make rules to carry out the purposes of this act, in particular and without prejudice to the generality of the foregoing power. Such rules may provide for the registration of anything required or authorized under this act to be registered, and the conditions and restrictions in this regard to such registration, the form and manner in which a declaration under subsection 1 of section 4 shall be made. So here every particular things are mentioned, who will be considered, who will be given rights. And then 3 talks about central government may provide that breach thereof shall be punishable. So here central government is punishing, not the court. That's the issue. And this could also be
Sir,
challenged.
can you repeat what is the issue?
Issue is, if we talk about section 18 clause 3, which permits imposition of penalty of 1000 rupees in any circumstances as specified by the rules, without offering any legislative directions. So here, see, if we talk about crime punishment, so this work is given to the judiciary. Government can formulate laws, amend the laws, prepare new laws, pass the laws. But to decide who's right, who's wrong, it's judicial duty. Here, central government taking this duty itself. Even if you go to the consumer forum, why we say consumer forum? Because it's not proper judicial body. It's a quasi judicial body. Means half the central or the state government leads and half judicial power is granted. So by balancing these two powers, authority works properly. Now question arises, here central government takes such power to impose fine, and there is no legislative direction in this, that the government, that the court has given such power. The court may impose fine, the court may find whether things are right or wrong. So this kind of laws suffers excessive delegation, means there is no delegation of powers to any judicial authority. And here it is said that the maximum fine is 1000 rupees. So by defining 1000 rupees is the maximum fine, that doesn't change the fact that there are no legal restrictions on the circumstances in which a fine may be imposed. So only the thing is that there's a fine, but there's no such circumstances defined. As you can see below, this is said that provided that any rule made in respect of the matter specified in clause IA of subsection 2 may provide that a breach thereof shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years, or fine which may extend to 5000 rupees. So there is no judicial involvement. The power in the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, the power was given to the uh, district level, district magistrate level authorities, like those who are the registrar, those who are the executive members in the registrar, they were given such power. So this is a clear violation of the, if whenever central decides to bring any such authority under the quasi judicial body, so there's an intervention of judicial officers, and they take charge and decide the matters. So that is why we can challenge this section 18 clause 3, because the government doesn't have such power to impose fine or exceed or maximize or minimize the fine. It is only up to the in uh, up to the legislative body, I mean judicial body. And further, this is a matter of citizenship, it's not a matter of any product. And that's how you can mention that if you talk about uh, providing fine, imposing fine, or punishing, there must be judicial body involved. There must be quasi judicial body to review all those documents, to examine whether things are right or wrong. So these can be challenged. I hope all of you have understood these things. Any of you have any question? Yes, Smriti, did you get anything by today's class?
Yes, sir, I got it.
तो आप लोगों को क्या चैलेंज करना है सिनॉप्सिस के अंदर, मैं बस पॉइंट वाइज पॉइंट बता देता हूँ। सिनॉप्सिस में वैलिडिटी ऑफ सेक्शन 14 का क्लाउज 4 ऑफ सिटीजनशिप एक्ट 1955 है। वैलिडिटी ऑफ सेक्शन 18 क्लाउज 3 ऑफ सिटीजनशिप एक्ट 1955 है। फिर वेरियस नोटिफिकेशंस हैं, एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑर्डर्स है, मैं इनका प्रॉपर नाम डेट वाइज, इट्स सीरियल नंबर वाइज मैं आपको व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे भेजता हूँ। आप इनको मिनिस्ट्री की साइट से डाउनलोड कर लेना, पढ़ लेना कि इनके क्या क्या डायरेक्टिव्स रहे हैं, कब कब रहे हैं, फिर इनमें क्या इश्यूज़ है, क्यों ये सब कोर्ट में चैलेंज किया गया है, क्या एरर्स है। आपको एज अ लॉयर सोचना है, एज अ जुडिशियल बॉडी के मेंबर की हैसियत से सोचना है कि अगर गवर्नमेंट कोई लॉ बनाती है या कोई ऑर्डर पास करती है, वो कैसे कॉन्ट्रेरी होता है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के, वो कैसे कॉन्ट्रेरी होता है स्टिच्योरी एक्ट्स के। उस बेसिस पे आपको डिटरमाइन करना है कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है, और अगर आपको कोर्ट में चैलेंज करना पड़े तो क्या कौन से सेक्शन के बेसिस पे आप इसको चैलेंज करेंगे, कौन से लॉज को वायलेट करता है। इसलिए आपको ये सारी चीज़ें पढ़नी है। तो मैं ग्रुप में सिनॉप्सिस का जिस जिस पॉइंट को, ऑल्सो यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन ऑल दोज थिंग्स। सिनॉप्सिस आपका कम से कम 5 से 7 पेज का होना चाहिए। ये जस्ट मैं अभी ग्रुप में शेयर कर दे रहा हूँ।
Sir, last date of submission?
आई थिंक छुट्टियाँ चल रही हैं आप लोगों की, स्टार्ट हुई क्या?
No, sir.
नहीं।
No, sir.
अच्छा, तो How many days will you take? 2 days, 3 days? I guess
Okay.
I guess आप
3, sir.
3 days। ठीक है, तो आप लोग आज 6th है, आप लास्ट डेट ऑफ सबमिशन इज 10th। फिर हमारी नेक्स्ट क्लास 12th में स्टार्ट होगी, सैटरडे में। 10 तारीख को आपको क्या क्या प्रिपेयर करना है? सिनॉप्सिस में वैलिडिटी ऑफ सेक्शन 14 क्लाउज 4, वैलिडिटी ऑफ सेक्शन 18 क्लाउज 3, ये है सिटीजनशिप एक्ट 1955 से। फिर नोटिफिकेशंस डाउनलोड
Sir, can
करने।
you please repeat?
I have whatever I have repeated. I have also shared in WhatsApp group.
Okay, sir.
Doing it again. Any other group too. तो ग्रुप से आप ये नोट डाउन कर लेना क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं, ये आपको खुद बेयर एक्ट्स में जाके पढ़ने हैं और रिसर्च करना है कि कैसे वायलेशन है, किन कौन कौन से लॉज का वायलेशन है, कौन कौन से आर्टिकल्स का वायलेशन है, और जितने भी मिनिस्ट्री ने एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑर्डर्स पास किए हैं क्रोनोलॉजिकली, उन सब को कोरिलेट करना है और उन सब में क्या डिफाइंड है। जैसे मैंने आपको बताया परसिक्यूशन का एक वर्ड इस्तेमाल किया गया कि ये लोग परसिक्यूटेड माइनॉरिटी हैं, यानी अब दूसरी कंट्रीज़ में इन लोगों के साथ बुरा व्यवहार होता है। तो श्रीलंका में हिंदुओं के साथ बुरा व्यवहार भी होता है, वो लोग भी भाग के तमिलनाडु आ जाते हैं बिजनेस करने, रहने के लिए। उन लोगों को क्यों ऐड नहीं किया गया? श्रीलंका में भी कुछ माइनॉरिटीज़ हिंदू हैं या सिख हैं या क्रिश्चियन हैं या जैन हैं या पारसी हैं, उन लोगों को क्यों नहीं इंक्लूड किया गया इसमें? तो ये सब भी आपको पढ़ने, ये सब कहीं ना कहीं लॉज में फ्लो आता है। तो इन्हीं की बेसिस पे फिर पीआईएल डलती है गवर्नमेंट के एक्शंस के अगेंस्ट पे। हमारा कंसर्न ये नहीं है कि किस रिलीजन को हम रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं या किस रिलीजन का क्या नुकसान हो रहा है। हम एज अ लॉयर हमें सोचना है कल किसी और मैटर पे होगा, परसों किसी और मैटर पे होगा, तो हमें जो भी हो उसको स्टडी इस वे में करनी है कि हमें किसी भी क्लाइंट को रिप्रेजेंट करना है। अभी नेक्स्ट आप जब 3rd ईयर 4th ईयर या 5th ईयर में होंगे तो आपको होंगे आप लोग, तो इथिक्स का एक सब्जेक्ट होता है वो पढ़ाया जाता है। उसमें आपको इस वे में पढ़ाया जाएगा कि प्रोफेशनलिज्म क्या होती है। आप जब क्लाइंट को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, चाहे वो मर्डरर क्यों ना हो, आपको उसे भी रिप्रेजेंट करना है। सपोज़ कोई किसी ने अगर किसी का मर्डर कर दिया, तो एक लॉयर तो वो है जो विक्टिम हो गया, इसमें उसकी तरफ से एक लॉयर हुआ, एक जो अक्यूज्ड है जिसने मर्डर किया है। अब दोनों दो लॉयर रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं। अब दोनों ने ही इथिक्स की पढ़ाई की है, दोनों को ही इथिक्स मॉरलिटी पे ही काम करना है, लेकिन दोनों ही रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं कोर्ट में। तो क्या दोनों लॉयर, उसमें से एक जो जानता है कि हमारा क्लाइंट मर्डर कर चुका है, फिर भी हम उसे कोर्ट में रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, तो इस बेसिस में क्या हम एक एडवोकेट को जज कर सकते हैं, कह सकते हैं कि आप उस मर्डर के फेवर में क्यों लड़ रहे हैं? तो कोर्ट में एक लॉयर को उस बिहाफ पे ही सोचना होता है कि वो सिर्फ क्लाइंट को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है। अगर जज ने उसको कन्विक्ट भी किया ना, तब भी लॉयर कह सकता है कि इसकी सज़ा थोड़ी कम कर दी जाए। एटलीस्ट ही कैन urge court, he can request to the court that there must be leniency, that the court must lenient towards the murderer. So these kinds of things arises, इसलिए आपको एक इस बेसिस पे आपको रिसर्च करना है, इस बेसिस पे सारी चीज़ों को आप पढ़िए। और मैं आपको एक डेट वाइज जो लिस्ट ऑफ डेट्स मैंने बताया था प्रिपेयर करना है, इसको भी आप प्रिपेयर कीजिए। ये मैं आपको ग्रुप में शेयर कर दे रहा हूँ, लिस्ट ऑफ डेट्स में किस किस डेट्स का आपको प्रिपेयर करना है। और व्हाट्स इस
तो वो
पे
नॉर्मल पीडीएफ में चलेगी ना? जो आपने डेट वाला प्रिपेयर करने बोला है वो हम लोग नॉर्मल पीडीएफ में भी प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं ना?
सिंगल फाइल में सारी चीज़ें
ओके।
ऐड होंगी, डिफरेंट फाइल्स नहीं होंगी। जैसे लेट मी शेयर दिस वर्ड फाइल। ये सिनॉप्सिस आपने यहाँ लिखा, सिनॉप्सिस के बाद आपको एक टेबल बनानी है। ये सब चीज़ें आपको खुद सीखना है, आगे ड्राफ्टिंग में यूज़ होंगे। तो इसमें आप ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सॉरी, मैंने बॉर्डर एरिया लिया है, टेबल लेना है हमें। इस तरह से आप टेबल बना लेंगे। यहाँ पहले तो आप यहाँ पे मेंशन कर देंगे अपना सिनॉप्सिस। लाइक आई सेड, पिटिशनर के बारे में बताना है, दैट इस तरह से दी पिटिशनर इज पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट लिटिगेंट एंड सो ऑन। उसके बारे में इस तरह से आप लिखेंगे, अंडरलाइन नहीं करना है। ओके, तो इस तरह से आप लिखेंगे। उसके बाद जब ये कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, तीन का एटलीस्ट 4-5 पेजेस में आप इसके बारे में मेंशन करेंगे। और उसके बाद पॉइंट बाय पॉइंट, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि आपको चैलेंज करना है इन फैक्ट्स को, तो इस तरह से आप मेंशन कर सकते हैं। वैलिडिटी ऑफ सेक्शन 14 और क्लॉज 4 ऑफ सिटीजनशिप एक्ट 1955। इसको आप या तो बुलेट में मेंशन करके फिर उसके नीचे आप या फिर एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं इसको कि ये सेक्शन 14 क्लाउज 4 का वायलेशन कैसे हो रहा है, सीए अमेंडमेंट एक्ट कैसे वायलेट कर रहा है, इसको एक्सप्लेन करना है इस तरह से। और फिर नेक्स्ट बुलेट पॉइंट लेके जैसे वैलिडिटी ऑफ, इसको भी आप इस तरह से मेंशन कर सकते हैं यहाँ बुलेट पॉइंट देकर। तो जब ये आपका सिनॉप्सिस हो जाए तो नेक्स्ट आपको लिखना है लिस्ट ऑफ डेट्स, और फिर यहाँ पे 19, मैंने जैसे आपको बताया था 1950 से शुरू करना है। और फिर यहाँ पे आप मेंशन कर सकते हैं जो मैंने आपको बताया कि सेक्शन आर्टिकल 5 to 11 was inserted, there were various debates, some leaders were there for the uh, I mean, they were propagating about Citizenship Act on the basis of religion. Majority of them had rejected that idea, and that's how, on neutral point, Section Article 5 to 11 was inserted in the Constitution, and so on. So, आप इसको 1955, 1955, and then 1987, and then 2003, 2004, एंड देन 2015, इस तरह से आप सबको मेंशन करना है, एक्सप्लेन करना है। एक ही फाइल होनी चाहिए। फिर हम इसी में जब लिस्ट ऑफ डेट कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तो हम इसी में हम स्टार्ट करेंगे ओरिजिनल क्या है, पिटीशन हम स्टार्ट करेंगे, पिटीशन बनाना। और इस तरह से आपको ये प्रिपेयर कर लेना है। अंडरस्टूड? लीडर्स सबके अटेंडेंस मार्क करके आप एक प्रिपेयर लिस्ट कीजिए, और जो लोग अटेंडी नहीं हैं फिर उनसे हम कम्युनिकेट करेंगे। सभी लोगों को ये एमएस वर्ड फाइल में प्रिपेयर करना है और पीडीएफ फाइल नहीं भेजना। ओके, आप लोग पीडीएफ फाइल अगर भेजेंगे तो फिर मैं एडिट नहीं कर पाऊँगा, इसलिए कि जब आप लोगों का मैं माइक्रो वर्ड फाइल भेजेंगे तो मैं लाइव उसमें एडिट करके करेक्ट करके आपको दोबारा भेज सकता हूँ कि आपको किस तरह से एडिट करेक्ट करनी है चीज़ें। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्ड फाइल में ही आप लोग बना के सेव करके मेल करना है, व्हाट्सएप नहीं करना है किसी को भी।
ओके सर।
ओके देन, थैंक यू सो मच। आज क्लास यहीं एंड करते हैं। नेक्स्ट वीक सैटरडे एंड संडे, बिफोर दैट 10th of this month you have to submit all these two things, synopsis along with list of dates. Then the last is original petition. Okay,
ओके सर।
thank you.
ओके सर।
Thank you, sir.
Yes, tell
Thank
me.
So on
you.
the next Saturday, it's the Shera. So don't we have a holiday?
Sorry.
So on the next Saturday, it's the Shera. So don't we have a holiday on that?
दशहरा है तो हॉलीडे हो सकता है, क्यों नहीं हो सकता है? आप लोग इन्फॉर्म कर दीजिए, उसके हिसाब से हम डेट आगे पीछे कर लेंगे। इवन या अगर वन डे सेलिब्रेशन का है तो सैटरडे ऑफ करके संडे, और फिर या फिर संडे में 2 क्लासेस कर लेंगे, या फिर मंडे मंडे, क्योंकि बहुत सारे बच्चों की क्लासेस रहती है मंडे से सैटरडे फ्राइडे तक। इसीलिए मैंने आपसे कहा था छुट्टियां हैं तो फिर उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम डेट आगे पीछे करके क्लास कंडक्ट कर सकते हैं। So in the group, all of you can discuss and let us know which date will be the best to conduct class in upcoming days. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. You may leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, please don't mind me. I want to say something.
Mhm.
So, isn't it too much work for us as a new intern, first time who are doing?
Like what kind of work is very hard for all of you?
Sir, 5 cases and 5 bare acts. Sir, cases is to all okay, but sir, bare act
Okay.
we are not able to do other thing. Like मैं तो कॉलेज का कुछ पढ़ नहीं पा रही अभी.
अच्छा, उसके अलावा और कोई टास्क?
No sir, इसके अलावा तो नहीं.
Okay. And this drafting uh, class and further assignments regarding drafting class?
No sir, ये सब तो ठीक है weekly.
Only bare act में issue है?
Yes, so एक दिन के लिए 10 चीजें सर, it is quite difficult for us. I don't know about everybody, but for me it is difficult.
Okay, let me consult with all the other students. If they are facing same issue, then these will be exempted, because it is all about their convenient. We are not there to suppress or lead in such a matter, because we are there to teach, not to harass or engage in other kinds of activity where they feel suppressed.
Yes
Right.
sir, and sir also जो आपने मेरे को काम दिया था मैनेज करने का कि
Mhm.
whether students are completing their 10 assignment at all or not, sir I'm not able to record that thing.
Okay, इसमें क्या इशू आ रहा है?
सब मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा कि वो 10 असाइनमेंट सबमिट कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्या प्रॉब्लम, मतलब वो शो नहीं हो रहा वैसा कुछ.
इसके अलावा और कोई टास्क दिया था आपको?
नहीं सर, बस ये.
ओके, तो फॉर द टाइम बीइंग अभी ये वाले ड्यूटी आप परफॉर्म मत कीजिए, ठीक है?
ओके सर. ओके सर.
और हम देखते हैं क्या हो सकता है इसमें बेस्ट जो आपको असाइन किया जा सके।
ओके सर.
इन
सर
रिगार्ड,
ऐसा हो सकता है आप एक दिन केस दे दो, एक दिन बेयर एक्ट्स दे दो, तो ये तो इट वुड बी नाइस.
ओके, ठीक है, तो हम बात करते हैं अदर स्टूडेंट से, फिर ग्रुप में अनाउंस कर देंगे।
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
ओके।